is the itinerary. It usually comes as a gift from the tour manager on the last day of rehearsal. Depending on the length of the tour about to be undertaken, it could cover any length of time between 1 week and 2 months. Page 1 lists the principals, the inner circle and the crew who are going to get the show around the world. All the numbers to call if in trouble are listed there. The management, the agencies, the travel agents, the local promoters. Then follows a page-by-page account of the destinations. October 3rd, Chicago, Band Hotel, Ambassador East, Crew Hotel, Crown Hyatt, Venue, Park West, and so on and so on. I'd not noticed right away that in the left-hand corner of each page of the US itinerary, there was a number, usually 18, 21, or 20. It was months before I was let in on the secret. The numbers referred to the legal age for sexual intercourse in that particular state. Apparently. The other necessity for the touring musician is the day sheet, usually slipped under the hotel room door while the occupant is still asleep. Regardless of the degree of befuddlement, the day sheet information was always quite clear. Today is October 3rd, it is Friday, you are in Chicago, today is a show day, sound check is at 4 p.m. You almost expected it to say, and your name is John.
I mentioned earlier how candid you are about much of this, and when you talk about in the book about the loneliness of success, being so much on the road, living out of hotels, not really being able to find yourself, was that the door that flew open to drugs and alcohol?
Well, I think the first thing was realizing how much time I had on my hands when we started recording, on a sort of professional basis, and being a bass player. I think that for the first album, I probably recorded all the bass in about 3 days. But the keyboard overdubs, vocal overdubs, guitars would take weeks and weeks and weeks. And suddenly I had a lot of time on my hands, and that was dangerous. Time on my hands has always been dangerous. I got into. It all seemed part of the glamour. The 70s was a very druggy time, and all the big stars, the music stars, they sort of flaunted it. You know what I mean? It's like everybody did it. So when I was offered it, I thought, cool, that makes me cool. And of course, I underestimated it. Underestimated how much power it was going to have over me. And I think the loneliness. Fame is very addictive. And the kind of attention that you get, it's very hard to shut the door on it. It's exhausting, but you never tire of it, in a way, And it's just a very toxic chain, in a way, circular kind of. And I was the one in the band really that just. The way I can best describe it today is that it seemed like I didn't have the off switch. And it could be 5 o'clock in the morning, and everybody else would be going to bed because we had a flight the next day or whatever, and I'd just be getting started. And and I think you do that, and also, we've all been there, I'm sure, or we've got somebody in the family that is the one. Uncle Harry, there he goes again. Put the bread in the jug. But and when you do get yourself into that kind of state, over and over again, and you get into situations where you embarrass yourself. You wake up the next day and you're like, oh God, what did I do? And then the shame starts building up. So then you start drinking to forget the shame. It's just a fucking nightmare, basically.